All right, guys, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are newer to my class, like I mentioned, we are going to be playing the playlist separately. So we'll all press play together and start class at the same time. But I do that as a way for me to upload this onto YouTube for you guys after. And for those of you who are unable to make it at this time, but also sometimes people have different vibes that they're into with their music. And I don't want to restrict you from putting on your own vibe if you're not feeling mine. So with that said, open up your Zoom playlist and let's go ahead and press play together. We're going to start in Virasana today. So slide the block between your heels, and you want the block to be the long, fat way. Or back in the days of our school childhood days, we call it probably like hot dog style. So long and flat. Bring the strap somewhere nearby that you can use it in just a moment's time. But firm your outer ankles against the block. So your outer ankles are drawing inward, inner ankles are pressing in toward the block. And let your sit bones rest down. Feel the crown of the head lift up and away from your sternum, from your chest, and from your heart. Close your eyes. Turn the palms face down or palms face up on your thighs. And really give yourself this moment to drop in, especially during these times of working from home culture. I was just talking to Emma about this. It's easy to constantly be wrapped up in the hustle and the bustle. So first and foremost, thank yourself for showing up today, for creating this space to really just be here, fully present with your body and your breath. And take a full breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Again, big breath in. Sigh it out the mouth. Sealing the lips, Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale and exhale out through the nose. So this breath becomes a magical anchor that you can turn to at any point in time in class. Allow it to bring you here on the four corners of your mat, leaving everything off of your mat until after class. And start to observe the air against your skin, your body and your sit bones grounding, your spine lengthening. And this subtle sense of turning inward. We call it pratyahara, inward turn. This element of feeling into the senses, quieting the noise outside, even if Spencer's sneezing. So keeping that sense of stillness, flutter the eyes open, grab for your strap, reach the right hand high with the strap, bend the elbow. So notice the elbow's pointing out to the side. You're coming into Gomukhasana arms. For those of you who are familiar with that, you're going to wrap tricep forward and then reach around the back side with your left hand, grabbing for the strap behind the back. And as you come here, can you come back to a sense of center? Really wrapping right tricep forward and drawing the left hand up the back body. Elbow of your left elbow points down as the right elbow reaches up. Can you find length in the spine here? Big breath in. Smooth breath out. And then inhale, slowly release your left palm, reach the right arm high. With the strap, switch it out other side. So strap in the left hand, bend the elbow. Maybe even physically grab the right tricep to wrap it forward. Release the shoulder away from the ear and draw your palm out to the side, thumb tip facing down, reach up and back for the strap behind you. And again, observe how one side may feel completely different than the other. I personally have been doing a lot more upper body strengthening. It's somewhere that I am lacking a lot of strength. And this is a posture that continues to get more difficult actually with time, the more I'm strengthening. So Be gentle and compassionate with yourself today if you feel similarly or maybe different. Keep drawing the right palm up the back, lift the left elbow up, last breath. And exhale, release the strap, place it off to the side. We'll be using it throughout class today, so make sure it's somewhere nearby. Remove yourself off of the block and come into a tabletop position on your mat. Fingertips face forward, spread your palms, just a few cat-cows to undulate through the spine, drop the belly, heart pulls forward. And exhale, cat pose, lift and curl. Gaze between the thighs, press the shins down into the earth. And then inhale, drop the belly, heart scoops. Exhale, cat pose, lift and curl. A couple more like that on your own. Close your eyes and try to keep that sense of looking inward. Add whatever your body's craving. Maybe it's a few barrel rolls. Tapping the tops of your feet out or big circles with the hips. Whatever you do to one side, though, make sure you do it to the other. And we'll all come back to this neutral tabletop position. Walk your hands forward about 6 inches, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. So perhaps this is your first down dog of the day. Let yourself be a little bit fluid here, bending the knee, straightening the other. Just observing how the body's feeling today. How are you showing up? And then begin to arrive in this relative place of stillness, wrapping triceps down, feeling lower belly lift. Stand into your heels. You lift the sitting bones up to where the back wall and the ceiling meet. Notice as you do that, find length through the spine and the breath fill up the side body. Inhale. And exhale. Again, big breath in. And exhale. Slowly walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bring your feet as wide as the mat, toe heel your feet apart. And then bend deep into the knees so that you're not hyperextending. Interlace the fingers behind your back so the thumbs are touching the base of the back. Notice which finger is in front. Shift your weight into your right leg. Bend deep into the right knee. Lift the elbows up to the sky. Straighten out the arms. Allow the head to drop. And then from here, keeping your right side of your body on your thigh, can you just rotate your chest over toward the left. Standing deep into your right leg, but also notice there's still some weight distributed into your left foot. Big breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Drop the thumbs back onto the low back. Switch whichever finger was in front, switching out the grip. Shift the weight into the left knee, straighten out the arms, and rotate the heart and the chest over toward the right. Big breaths in and out through the nose. Finding a sense of equanimity in the body with every inhale and exhale. And then we come back to center, lower down your arms to the mat, toe heel your feet back to hip width distance apart, and walk yourself back out to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big breath in together. Smooth breath out. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, shift forward into plank, shoulders over wrists. We'll be here for a couple breaths. So if you need to lower down onto your knees this early in class, all good. But wherever you are, can you grip the earth like you're holding 2 basketballs or mason jars or whatever you can imagine underneath your palms? And then draw the triceps back so you feel the heart drag you forward. I often like to use the analogy of a piece of taffy because I feel like it's super visual. So imagine like you're a piece of taffy, heels pull back, crown of the head pulls forward. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. Inhale, shift forward 6 inches, lower down halfway, pause. Again, your knees can be down. Take a big breath in. Press back up to plank, downward facing dog. Full breath in and exhale. Shift forward into plank, inhale, lower down halfway, pause, press back up to plank, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. One more just like that, inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. Lower down halfway, chaturanga push-up. Press back up to plank and downward facing dog will meet. Big inhale and exhale. Shift forward, plank pose. This time lower all the way down to your belly. Slide your palms onto your booty like you're coming into camel pose, or alternatively, like you're sliding your fingers into your back pockets. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat. I'm not going to do so because this silly Britney Spears mic is in my way, but let the forehead rest to start. Point the elbows up to the sky and feel the collarbones widen. And as you do so, can you use your palms to press your hips, your pelvis down into the mat? Keep that pressure as you start to lift the chest. Keep dragging the elbows to point up to the sky, and maybe, just maybe, toes start to float. Slight tuck of the chin, Jaladhara Bandha. Feel the back of the head lift toward the sky. Final breath. And exhale, release everything down. Slide your palms next to your ribs. Baby cobra, inhale, lift the chest. Let the elbows drag you back. Scrub the palms back toward your hips. Let the heart pull forward. Last breath. And exhale, tap forehead down. Upward facing dog, just press right up into it. 4 points of contact. And then downward facing dog, lift the hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. Hover the right foot just an inch off the mat, as if you could only slide a piece of paper underneath it. And from deep within the right inner thigh, drag the right leg high, three-legged down dog. Right toes are still facing down toward the mat. Can you find length from the palm out through the heel? And then bend the knees, stack the hips, open it up, let it feel nice. So notice as you do that, how the weight may shift more into one palm than the other. Can you equal out the energy in the palms? Lift the left shoulder so it's in line with the right. And then dial down the toes, three-legged down dog, kick, exhale, step through, low lunge. Drop the back knee down. If you're tighter, feel free to grab a block and place it on the inside edge of your foot. You're gonna pivot your back foot about 45 degrees so that your toes are facing the right edge of the mat. Right hand down, left arm high, modified extended side angle. In this pose here, can you feel the sense of expansiveness? Use your right arm to press into the inner thigh. Draw the right sitting bone down and back toward the back of the mat and gaze up long and free toward the top hand. Big breath in. Big breath out. Rise up, inhale, arms come out to the side. You're just gonna straighten out your front leg. It's almost like you're moving through warrior 2 and extended side angle. Now, essentially like triangle, you're gonna straighten the front leg, press down into the ball mount of your front foot, reach all the way out, place your hand on a shin or on a block, left arm comes high. Ground down into the left leg a lot. Can you scoop the right hip back, and you can keep the left arm reaching up to the sky, or maybe, just maybe extend it up and over, finding a little bit of side body opening. Big breath. Left arm high, inhale. Exhale, release everything down, step it back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Other side, left foot hovers just an inch. Glide the leg up and back, three-legged down dog kick. To start, the leg is straight, the hips are both pointing down. And then turn the toes out, bend the knee, stack the hip. Drag right heel down, lift right shoulder. In the meantime, inner knee lifts up to the sky. Feel that sense of ease with effort here, last breath. Turn toes down, three-legged down dog kick, step through with grace, low lunge. Drop the back knee again, maybe grab a block, place it on the inside edge of the foot, pivot the back foot about 45 degrees so the toes are pointing toward the left side of the mat. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. So if you don't need a block today here, that's totally fine. We're easing into some of the hip opening that we're gonna get into. Hand can come on the ground as well. But wherever you are, get expansive. Can you stack your top palm directly over your shoulders, over your bottom hand? Big breath. Exhale, rise all the way up. Arms reach out long in opposite directions. Straighten out your front leg. Just like you're moving into triangle, reach forward as far as you possibly can. Hand comes on a block or the shin and the top arm reaches high. If you're feeling pretty good, the arm can reach overhead. Feel the breath fill the entire right side of the body. And then there's a softness in the face. Big breath. Right arm high, inhale. Rise back up, exhale, rebend your front knee and just flow forward, step back, downward facing dog. Big inhale together. And exhale. First vinyasa, shift forward to plank. Lower down halfway. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breath rides in. Breath falls out, just like a tide, in and out through the nose. Rise right leg high, inhale, three-legged down dog kick. Exhale, shift forward, single leg plank. Let the leg hover right next to the left foot. Press the mat away a lot and then just draw knee to nose without changing anything about your body. Let the heart drag you forward. Firming outer arms in, gaze forward, look forward, step forward, right foot next to right thumb tip. Come up high onto those fingertips. Dragging right sitting bone back, inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. So oftentimes in my high crescent, I like to bend the back knee a little bit so that I can really feel the hip points lifting. And then as you find that place where the hips are level, then maybe start to straighten out the back leg. For today, reach your arms out to the side, turn the palms face down and take reverse knuckles behind the back. So right where that bra strap might be for my ladies, your arms and your forearms are gonna land. Bring your hands into fists and press the fists into one another. Notice as you do that, the chest opens up, the ribs might pop open. Keeping the sense of space in the lungs, can you soften the front ribs down? Big inhale. And exhale. Hover back knee just 2 inches off of the mat. Inhale. Straighten your legs. Exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, straighten. Come right back into the crescent leg. Back leg strong and straight. Reach arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. And then hands come to the heart. Close the eyes. Keep the lift of the crown of the head. Gazing slightly inward. So for a moment here, can you imagine the sensation of your body when you're smiling? Embody that sensation of what it feels like to be laughing and smiling. And can you really begin to embody that? Maybe that's not physically shown in the lips curving upward, but you can feel it in the body, what it feels like to smile from the inside out. Changing your perspective here for the remainder of class, can you hold on to that sense of ease, We'll start to move a little bit quicker here. Arms to the sky, inhale. Cactus the arms out, exhale, bring fists into the elbows, lift the chest. It's a baby back bend. Spin inner thighs back, engage lower belly. Reach arms high, inhale, come up high onto the tiptoes. Firm the outer ankles in. Spin inner thighs back, take a big breath. And exhale, sink back into chair, swing the arms back for a chair plane variation. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Interlace fingers behind your back. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold with a bind. Little bend in the elbows. Let the head drop. Inhale, lengthen, release the palms, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank, vinyasa, high to low. Upward facing dog, the heart scoops. Downward facing dog, lift the hips, take 2 rounds of breath here. Big breaths in and out. Maintaining the space that's created with every inhale. And then slowly lifting left leg, inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step through low, single leg plank, knee to nose. We gotta work for that step through, guys. Press the mat away. Pull the knee into the chest. Drive the heel back. And then step through low lunge. Left foot next to the left thumb tip. Come up high onto the fingertips just for a moment. Drag left sitting bone back, rise up, high crescent. Again, here, if you feel like you have any lower back pain, highly recommend a little bend in the back knee. Feels nice lifting hip points up, also stretches out the front of the right thigh. And then soften something. Notice what comes up for you. Can you sink a little bit lower? Reach arms out to the side, taking the reverse fists behind the back. Press knuckles in toward one another. Pull the shoulder heads back. Soften front ribs down, feeling the back body. Press back into the knuckles. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hover back knee. Inhale, straighten both legs. Lift your back heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten the legs. Last one. Exhale to hover. Come right back to crescent. Straighten the back leg. Keep a 90-degree angle bend in your front leg. And arms reach up. Inhale. Fullest breath yet. Inhale. And hands come to the mat. Step forward, top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, we bow and we fold. Rise up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms kiss. Baby back bend, cactus the arms, create fists. Inhale, reach fingertips high, come up high onto tiptoes. Exhale, sink back into chair, swing the arms back, chair plane, interlace fingers, opposite finger on top, heart lifts, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Let the head drop, big breath in. And slowly release the hands down to the mat, halfway lift. Step or maybe float it back through your vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Smooth breath out. We're going to do that just one more time, breath to movement on each side, allowing ourselves to arrive in this state of flow, moving intelligently. Right leg high, inhale. Exhale, step through low lunge. Rise up, high crescent, lift. Exhale, release hands to the mat, step forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, surrender as you fold. Rise up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach. Baby back bend, exhale. Rise up high onto the tiptoes, inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, chair plane, sink down and back. Interlace fingers, inhale. Bow forward with your exhale. Full breath. Exhale, hands come to the mat, step it back or jump it back, vinyasa. You can always skip them too. Downward facing dog. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, step through, low lunge. Rise up, inhale, high crescent. Exhale, hands come to the mat, step forward, top of the mat. Keep the feet hip width distance, halfway. Dance with the breath as you exhale. Rise it up, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, baby back bend. Tiptoe, inhale, reach high. Exhale, chair plane, sink it down low. Interlace fingers, heart lifts. Exhale, we bow forward. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come to the mat, step or hop it back. Downward facing dog. Feel the forearms lift away from the mat. Feel the gentle pulse of the breath, the heartbeat start to pick up. Big inhale. And exhale. Shift forward into plank pose. Walk your hands forward for an extended plank. Firm the outer arms in again, low belly lifts. Can you get long as the mat? Drop the tailbone down toward the heels. Big inhale. And slowly lower down, forearm plank. Ground down into the inner palm. Let the crown of the head reach forward. And you can stay like this or option to hover your right foot and slide it into tree pose. Trying to level the pelvis as much as you can. We're only here for 3 full breaths. And then slowly release the foot back, inhale. Neutralize the feet, exhale. Switching it out to the other side, lift left foot. Turn the toes out, slide the foot perhaps into tree pose. Or option is to stay in a normal forearm plank or maybe drop down onto your knees. Slowly release the left foot back, big breath in. And belly down, Sphinx pose. Turn the palms face up, a symbol of receiving. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Big breath. And exhale. Interlace your fingers this time. Keep the toes tucked under. Lift the hips, forearm plank. You have a couple options here, friends. You can stay here in forearm plank, or maybe start to walk your feet in for dolphin pose. But as you come into dolphin, notice if you can start to stack the hips over the shoulders. Press the belly back toward the thighs, wrapping triceps toward the back of your mat. Option to stay here, maybe lift one leg to the sky. Lower down that right foot, switch it out, other side, inhale. Lower down the left foot and we'll all drop it down, child's pose. Let the arms rest by the side or stack the palms so that the forehead, the third eye center rest. Big breath in. And out. Notice with every breath, can you feel your back ribs expand laterally? Walk hands forward, downward facing dog. Full breath. Inhale, shift forward into plank pose. Just bring your right knee into your chest again. Suction at the low belly. Press the mat away a lot. Gaze forward, look forward, step forward. Right foot next to right thumb tip, spin the back foot flat, preparing for warrior 2, but rise up with your strap. so you have it already in hand. And as you reach out long, just give yourself a moment to land. As you arrive in warrior two, your back foot's more or less in like a wide-legged forward fold, and your front knee is stacked over your ankle. Can you pull right sitting bone back and feel the crown of the head stack directly over the hips as you sink a little bit lower? Nice work, guys. Strap in the right hand, reach the right arm high, bend the elbow. We've been here before. Take Gomukhasana arms. Let the left elbow point down as the right elbow reaches. The second time around, it may feel a little bit nicer already. Soften the ribs in, big breath. Find 2 more inches of depth in that front lunge, guys. There should be this action almost of ripping the mat apart while also suctioning inner thighs in toward one another. Big breath. And then slowly, keeping the strap in your left hand, just reach the right arm up. Listen here. You're going to shift forward 6 inches and maybe place your hand on a block on the inside portion of your foot. This is where layers are going to come in. Layer 1, you stay here, just like this. Right hand down, left hand behind your back. Wherever you are, you want to slide the left hand down toward the right hip. And maybe drop the strap so that you can have some strap underneath the leg. Stay there or grab the strap, taking a bind with the strap. If you have the full expression of the full bind grabbing for your wrist, feel free to take that too. But you're taking little layers here. Wherever you are, can you drag right sitting bone back? Use your back foot to propel your heart forward and revolve your heart up toward the sky. Final 2 breaths. If you're in a bind, slowly release the right hand down. Release the strap from the left hand, left arm up to the sky. Like you're putting on long pair of stockings. Slide your front legs straight into triangle pose. Keep dragging the right hip back. Revolving the chest up. Maybe, just maybe, gaze up at your top hand. And then slowly gaze down, grab the block with your right hand, and begin to launch forward into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Place the block on the outside edge of your right pinky toe. Maybe even bend a little bit into your right knee, and karate kick the back wall with your left foot. Find that same sense of opening and lengthening your side body as you did earlier today in those first few poses we did. Final breath. And then slowly step back, warrior 2. You're going to straighten your front leg and you're going to skandasana. So turn your toes out, bend into your left knee toward the back of your mat. Flex the toes up toward the sky. And if this feels too much, your hands can just come on blocks. You can come up halfway. That's also a good variation. Wherever you are, you want to fall into this left hip a little bit deeper. Maybe hands come to heart center. Ground down into the outer edge of your left foot. Feel the spine rebound up and out. Last breath. And slowly release the palms down. You're going to pivot toward the back of your mat into a low lunge and just step back, rinse that out with a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Should be looking at the back of your mat now. I turned around so that I could actually see you guys. Same thing on the other side. Shift forward, left knee to chest. Still in a plank. Keep dragging the right heel back. Can you pull the left knee forward as the lower belly lifts. And then step through low lunge. Left foot next to left thumb, tip spin, back foot flat. Grab that strap. Maybe even place a block on the inside portion of your left foot, knowing where we're gonna go, and rise up, warrior two. Strap in the left hand. Reach out through the fingers. Can you stand in that back heel equally as much as the front? These are looking awesome, guys, from what I can see. Pull right, left up underneath you. And then reach the left arm to the sky, bend the elbow with the strap in hand. Drop the strap down the back, reach around with the right hand for Gomukhasana. Let the right elbow point down as the palm crawls up the back. And so there's a little bit of a twist from the navel up. Can you draw the right ribs toward the right and lift the left elbow up a little more? Final breath. And then shift forward. Inhale, release the strap with your left hand so it's only in your right. Left arm reaches forward, out, and down onto that block. Allow your right arm to slide down next to your right hip. And this is where you have a couple of options. You can stay here with your hand down on the block, or maybe reach around the inside of the left leg with your left hand for this strap. Or maybe take the full bind, yogi's choice. But wherever you are, let again that slight internal gaze pull you back into the breath, observing what your body needs today versus where the ego wants to take you. Can we delineate between the two? Final breath. If you're binding, slowly release left palm down, ditch the strap down from the right hand, reach the right arm high. Whew, sweet release in their shoulder. Like you're putting on that stocking again, straighten out the front leg, press down into the ball mount of your front foot. Stand into your back leg though. Let that be your anchor so that you can lengthen and revolve. Get spacious and big. Gaze down, grab your block, launch forward, half moon. So the block can be at any height that feels right for you, but you're essentially in triangle on one leg. I often like, again, to bend the left knee slightly. Let the lifted leg, toes turn down slightly toward the mat. Final breath. And step it back, warrior two. Landing with grace. Full breath in. Hands straighten front leg, turn the toes out. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Bend into your right knee. Couple options again. If this feels too much in the hips, stay high and the foot can be grounded, the front foot. Otherwise, left toes pivot up toward the sky and the hands can come to heart. Full inhale and exhale. Let the back ribs lift with every inhale. Release hands down. Rotate yourself back to the front of the mat. Step it back. Vinyasa. Rinse it out. Meeting in downward facing dog. Your blocks and straps may be all over the place, so it might be a good time to rearrange, placing strap out to the side, 2 blocks to the front. Big breath in. Sigh it out, exhale. Rise up high onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, cruise, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Chair pose again, inhale, Utkatasana. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palm, step or float it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Heart scoops, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps forward, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, we melt it down, Surya Namaskar B, switching it to the left side and after your vinyasa. Rising up in your other side, warrior one at your own pace. Playing with that sense of dynamic, fluid movement. Meeting in down dog. Big breath. I think we have it in us to do one more. What do you think? Let's do it. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift. And we bow and fold. Chair pose, inhale. Rise up, hands come to heart. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, we bow and we fold and we surrender. Halfway lift. Step or float it back, vinyasa. Heart scoops, hips lift. Finish out your warrior one on both sides on your own. Always skip these. Maybe ditch the vinyasas if you're not feeling it today. Let this be your own creative expression of what your body is craving, what mindful movement your body is craving. Let yourself arrive back in down dog. Feeling the vibration from within, neutralizing it once again with the breath. Inhale, shift forward, just step right foot forward, drop the back knee. Untuck the back toes, incline yourself up for a moment. Do a low lunge. Actually, take that back, tuck the toes under, hands to heart center. I'm switching out what I want to do. Lift the chest into the thumbs and exhale, revolve your crescent lunge. So something I've been playing with friends is creating the twist with your hands in little fingertip. The finger points are on each other and lifting the palms. I really enjoy this because it helps to draw the right shoulder blade back into the chest and it gets a little deeper. Feel free to try that one out. If you want to go deeper, also option is to lift the back knee. Maybe fly your arms like wings. You have an option again to take a full bind if you'd like. The opportunity is yours, again, to express how and where your body is today. Wherever you are, though, can you lean the head back slightly so it's actually more in line with your back foot? Wherever you are, slowly release the palms back down to the mat. Lift your back knee if it's not already lifted. And can you grab your right ankle with your right hand? Reach the left fingertips forward, feeling the low belly lift, and then launch forward into standing splits. Your right foot is your base. You can balance with your left hand or maybe begin to walk it back, placing it around the ankle as well. Last breath. If you're balancing, release the palms, release left foot down to the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. And from here, friends, you're just gonna squat and curl real fast while I demo this. We're gonna move into bird of paradise variation. So the first layer that we're gonna do is make sure you have your strap with you. And we're gonna all meet in a forward fold. Don't worry, there's gonna be lots of layers. So if it's not something that you're feeling good about today, you can take it at any point and take it and not do other pieces of it. Maybe grab a block, place it underneath your face. Place the right hand on the block, strap in your left hand. Bend into your right knee, reach the left arm high with the strap. That's layer one. You can stay here, or maybe bring your left hand behind your back. Place the left hand on the hip, just like we've been doing. Release some of that strap so there's a little bit of slack. And you're gonna shift forward and through and around the right hip for the strap. This is layer two. Stay here, using the hands on the strap. Open the left chest. If you're craving more, gaze down. Shift the weight into your left foot. Pop the right toes like you're wearing a nice giant stiletto. Firming left hip in, rise all the way up. Coming into your bird of paradise. Maybe straighten out the leg. Keep drawing the right shoulder head back. Standing strong into the left foot, imagining like Tadasana leg. Wherever you are, last breath. If you're flying, slowly bend the knee, release the foot back down. We'll all come out of it together. So release your right hand from the strap, right hand back on the block, left arm high. And back to center. Nice work, guys. Halfway lift, and maybe vinyasa or just meet us in dog. Big breath. Sigh it out. Shift forward to plank and just step left foot next to left thumb, tip, drop the back knee, moving to the other side. So move the props around, knowing where we're going. So they're there if you need them. Rise up. Hands come to heart center. Lift the chest, lift the right hip point up, and then revolve the crescent, hook right elbow outside of left knee. If you played with that variation of the fingertips pressing instead of the palms, try that here. And can you pull the left shoulder blade into the back body? Crown of the head pulls forward and maybe gaze over left shoulder. Stay here or lift the back knee. Spread your wings, take a bind, whatever calls to you. But find something you can sustain for 3 full breaths. Observing the breath as that anchor and a reminder of how you're feeling, how you're truly feeling. Last breath. And hands frame the front foot. Lift the back knee if it's not already lifted. Grab left ankle with your left hand. Wiggle and reach right fingertips forward. Take a big breath in. Gaze forward to where you're going, and then launch forward into standing splits. You can walk the hand back so it's next to the right foot, or place the hands on blocks. Let the head drop. Perhaps a balance challenge, wrapping both hands around the ankle. That's always a ego killer. Last one. Release right foot down, guys. Nice work. Halfway lift. And again, if you need a little squat and bend, give your knees a break. Feel free, but we're going into that final peak here. Grab that strap. You're going to place your block in between the feet if that's somewhere you'd like to go. Left hand down, bend into the left knee, right arm high with the strap. Feel the low belly lift. Bend the elbow of your top hand and place it on your right hip. Drop the strap down toward the mat so you have a little bit of slack. Keep pulling the heart forward. Stay here, or option is to gaze down. Pull and bend, rather draw your left elbow underneath to grab the strap next to your left hip. Stay here, twisting toward the right. Or option 3, gaze down, shift weight into right foot, pop up high onto the left toes, firm outer right hip in and rise up. to your bird of paradise. Of course, if you don't need the strap, feel free to ditch it altogether. Maybe straighten the leg. Wherever you are, you have 2 breaths. We'll slowly unwind all together, coming right back down where we started. Left hand down, right arm high. Inhale and release the strap down. Exhale. Halfway lift and rinse that one out for sure. Last vinyasa of class. Deep breath. Notice the quality of the breath. Notice the attention, the concentration, how that may have shifted since earlier in class. Shift forward into plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Move all those props out of your face. Stack the palms, let the forehead rest for a moment. Breathe into the back body. Since our shoulders are very open, we're gonna take just one bound locus and then move on to floor bow. If you'd rather do a different back pin, feel free though. So starting with the hands by the sides, interlace the fingers behind the back, drive the knuckles back, lift the chest, lift the toes. Again, imagining yourself like that piece of taffy. Get long, toes reach back. And slowly lower down, right ear to the mat. Feel the heartbeat reverberate against the earth. And the rise and fall of your breath toward the sky. Back down toward the earth. Chin back to center. If you have a deeper back bend you'd like to go into, feel free. Otherwise, you can take bound locust, cobra, up dog. Option that I'll cue us into is floor bow. Bend the knees, reach back, grab for your heels. Flex the feet, drive the shins back to lift the chest. Stay here, begin to lift the thighs off of the mat, kick back into the palms. Gaze forward. Last breath. And exhale, release it down, left ear to the mat. Maybe wiggle hips side to side. Big inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Kind of a wonky transition, guys. You're gonna cactus out your arms. Keep gazing toward the right elbow. And you're gonna slide your right knee up toward the right elbow. Come up high onto your right fingertips, lift the chest. Slide the left hand through between the palm and the knee and roll onto your back. So you're coming into a supine twist. On your back with your right knee over toward the side. Gaze over the right shoulder. The breath return back to its normal cadence as we come down the mountain on the other side. Coming out the same way we came in, reach your right arm over. Crawl back onto the belly, the right knee's out to the side, and just slide right knee back toward left. You're back on the belly, like in a cobra pose. Cactus out the arms again, gaze toward the left. Bring the left knee up toward the left elbow. Come up high onto the left fingertips. Slide the right hand through the left palm and the knee and roll onto your back. You may be off the mat in a supine twist. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Coming back the same way we came in, lift left arm over toward the right, roll back onto the belly, slide left foot back. And just press yourself up to plank, last down dog of class. Full breath. Either just drop down to your knees, find yourself in a seat, or float through, coming into a seat. A little bit of hip opening, guys. So if you have a specific hip stretch that you want to work into, feel free, but what I'll cue today is either Sukhasana or double pigeon. So starting with the right shin in front, flex your feet. You can stay here in Sukhasana or stack right ankle on top of left knee. Find yourself rooted in down through your sit bones. Crown of the head lifts, and then maybe start to fold forward. If the double pigeon is way too intense for you today, all good. Just stay with Sukhasana with the right shin in front of the left shin. And let yourself really receive here. Cultivate that sense of smiling from within. And notice how that reverberates outward. Slowly rise back up, switching it out to the other side. So you might want to straighten your legs, shake it out for a moment, and then the left shin's going to come in front to start Sukhasana. So flex the feet, option to stay here, or maybe bring left ankle on top of the right knee. Ground down through the sit bones, feel the crown lift, and then begin to fall forward. Feeling rooted and connected to what's real underneath you. Letting your body surrender and soften. And observing any sensation or emotion that comes up for you in this moment, from this practice. And rather than showing up with tons of expectation, can we surrender to what is now and here? Finding that beauty and happiness from this very moment. And rise back up. Straighten the legs, shake it out. Slowly make your way down onto your back for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Maybe untie your hair. Feel your pelvis heavy against your mat. And the shoulder blades pulling underneath you, creating a little shelf for your heart to rest. Close the eyes. Release your jaw, your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel the eyes rolling back into the sockets as the palms turn up. There's nothing left to do in this moment but to be. So enjoying here for just a few moments. Shavasana. Before you start to reawaken the physical body, can you just observe here for a moment how you feel now versus where you were 60 minutes or so ago? Capturing that essence of peace and calm and happiness, perhaps. Wiggling fingers and toes and placing the palms over the front of the body, connecting back to the breath and the heartbeat. And reach arms up overhead, roll onto whichever side is calling you, right or left, Shiva or Shakti. Use one palm to press yourself up all the way to a seated meditation position. With your palms faced up on your knees. Take a moment here to cultivate that sensation again of a moment with people you love, perhaps. Maybe it's a sensation of when you belly laugh so hard that your cheekbones hurt. Or anything in the world that makes your heart feel full. And keeping that sense of openness, of happiness, of receptiveness, bring your hands to heart center. And allow that light to shine outward, turning the outer lips up toward the sky into maybe a slight smile. Bring your thumbs to third eye. And as always, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the work we do here on our mat offer up to that freedom, lift the gaze. And we all bow down and in together. Sealing in this practice in humble gratitude, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Class, if there's anything specific you'd like to work on, holler at me. More than happy to take requests. Otherwise, I will unmute everybody and hope to see you guys soon.